Hey guys, welcome back to the pack! Woo! Alright guys, for this video, we're gonna work on something we've actually already worked on before. So you haven't seen this, but we are animators, we work on our own personal shots. And we thought it'd be cool if we could just do some polishing, splining of a shot that we've already been working on. So for me, I have roughly, I don't know how many seconds this usually translate into, but it's 160 frames. The play blast I have is 6 seconds. So it's a 6-second shot, 160 frames. I've been working on it for obviously way too long, honestly. We both have.
Yeah,
way too long. and this freaking channel is for us to help us and motivate us to animate more because we're really struggling with being consistent. So my shot is an action shot, no audio. It is something I kind of made up on my own. It's not really a reference for anything. Rig is from Animation Mentor. I'll probably put that up on the screen because he does have a name. I just can't remember at the moment. I'm going to show you my play blast and then we'll jump to Plush so she can show hers. Alright, so here's my play blast.
Oh, it looks so good.
I'm gonna go through it a couple times. So, like, I'll explain mine after we... should I explain it now or should I explain it later?
Yeah, I think you should explain your shot. I want to know the nitty-gritty.
Alright, so my shot, I wanted to do in a kind of action sequence. So kind of what I'm trying to emulate is the guy, he's in somewhat of a battle. He gets, like, tossed by something, and like, super strong. And then hits the wall, and then lands. And then as he's getting up, he's like, oh, I have to, like, do a shield or something, or, like, attack back. And then that's why he's, like, slowly getting up because the pain. And then throwing, like, a magic ball or something. I was thinking of doing that in, like, After Effects or, like, maybe a 2D animation or something.
Yeah.
But I was gonna add something there.
Okay. It looks really good. I think the feel of your shot, like, I feel like it's so close to being done. The impact is so good. Like, the way he hits and you really feel it, like, it almost makes you think there is audio, but there isn't. It's reading really well. So what exactly do you need to get done for this shot? Like, what's not finished? If someone didn't know animation, what are we looking for?
If I scrub through it, you'll see that when he first slams down, his legs are, like, phasing through the floor. That's not good. Okay. And then also while he's falling down, his hand slightly clips through the wall and then also kind of blocks his face as he's coming down. Granted, it is quick, so I could just avoid not even doing that.
True. Like, I'm sure it wouldn't even really register.
And then also when he lands, his neck and his face looks too strained. Like, it's too back. It looks like kind of broken.
Okay.
It's almost abnormally like head back.
But that could also kind of play in with like the squash and stretch kind of vibe of like it kind of breaking because it's like a fast motion. But I can see what you mean.
That's also true.
I can see what you mean though.
No, that's honestly fair. I guess like the big things are definitely the clipping in the legs. So like as you go after the fall, he's like kneeling and his knees goes through the floor. Ooh. Probably just because of the main control.
Yeah. It's like too low.
And then the hands, as he's like trying to like catch himself when he falls, it's not that great.
Okay.
His facial expressions, there's barely any.
I'm shocked.
Also
it looks like I don't know. He feels like he's feeling it. Like it looks like you did work on it.
I put like maybe 5 facial expressions. Okay. That's it.
Those 5 really.
And
did
so
the
like,
job.
yeah, and he doesn't need a lot, but I definitely kind of want to add a little bit of movement in it. That's a very minor polishing thing. A big thing that's also another thing with other than the legs, because the legs are floating. Like when he's coming up here, his knee floats up, looks kind of broken too. Also his hands, his like fingers, doesn't have any animation, like at all, because I hate doing it. It's really hard. Also at the end here, he does this weird like shoulder torso movement that I just haven't done anything with.
Okay.
Also, his knees are still clipping through, and his eyes are closed
Oh.
because I didn't add a final facial expression there.
Okay.
So for this video, I'm going to specifically focus on the legs.
Okay.
Just the legs. Any issues with the legs, including like the phasing, the floating, maybe even a little bit of toe animation. But that's my shot.
Yeah, okay, it looks great. I'm so excited to see yours done. I definitely think you're gonna finish yours way before I finish mine, because mine is...
You don't give yourself enough credit. I like yours. Let's just jump to yours.
Bad. I'm not shitting on mine. It's not bad. It's just long and way more complex because it's two different characters and it's dialogue and there's facial expressions and a lot of things. So okay, so I'm gonna talk about mine. Mine, it was from an Instagram reel I saw. It was I was originally planning to do the whole thing, the whole clip, but it was really long. I knew it was ambitious.
Yeah, it was. She showed it to me and she's like, oh, I'm gonna do all of it. It's like 30 seconds. And like, if you don't know animation, that's fucking long. That's so long. That is extremely long.
Yeah, I was a little...
And it's 2 characters with dialogue and everything.
And they're also British, and I'm not British.
Exactly. So you're doing different type of lip syncing too, with an accent.
Yeah. So I got a little excited. I picked something bold, mostly because I have a too much gene, and that's just who I am as a person. But also because I like, if I take too long to decide on something, I'm a very indecisive person. I will take forever finding reference. I will take multiple days to decide on one thing. So when I found this one and I really liked it, I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And if I only end up managing to do like 5 seconds of it, then it is what it fucking is. So I'm only doing half of the whole video. It's basically what I think is an older brother and a younger sister having a conversation, a really sassy conversation. They're both very, very British. So I think the girl is Kayla and the guy is, I think, Artemis? No, Artemis is the girl. It's something like that, but I'll put it up on the screen, whatever. Oh, his name's Apollo, I remembered. Okay, so I'm gonna show you... I guess I'll show you what I did for blocking, because I blocked. So where I am progress-wise in this shot is that I blocked all of it. I am in splining slash, mostly splining. Splining is the phase where you are going from blocking, to polishing. That's the in-between. Splining is the in-between between those two, and it is cleaning up what you did in blocking to make sure that the timing and rhythm of everything is where it's supposed to be. Blocking is kind of like,
it's like a comic book strip. Like, it's key poses and like a little bit more. It's basically all the information to have, just like without the fluidness.
Yes, that's a great example. So it was, blocking is just getting the main idea. And you know what, let me play the blocking just so we can see what I did. 3, 2, 1.
On, I've got the tea.
What's the tea?
What's
the tea? You got more tea?
Yes.
Tell me the tea.
Your voices are so cute.
This boy called Anthony, was talking about you.
Talking about me?
Yeah.
No.
Very adorable.
So this exchange goes on for so much longer. It's so silly, so funny. They're very, very British. I didn't really do much of the facial expressions at this point, which I should have. I did mostly just the mouth movements. Again, I was really crunching for time. But it's just, you know, a sassy conversation between a little girl and an older guy. And this is the blocking to get the main poses. Right now, I am entering spline, which is cleaning it up. Now that I did the blocking, which we now know is like a comic book, spline is now getting the in-between between those phrases, scenes. So if in the comic book, there's like a guy like slapping someone and you see like the wind up and then the contact, we need all the things in between the wind up and the contact. And then polishing is the last phase where you add all the juicy goodness, the flow of it, any like really satisfying flows and curves and all that. I'm gonna play what I have in terms of splining now, just so we can see a little bit of a difference. All right, so here's my splining. I did not touch the guy at all. I only splined the girl, and I only got like about halfway. Okay, so I'm gonna play it.
On, I've got the tea.
What's the tea?
This
What's the tea? You got more
just
tea?
looks so good.
Tell me the tea.
This boy called
Like the little
Anthony,
cute little like movements on the girl.
was talking about you.
Fantastic.
Talking about me?
Yeah.
No.
So that's the splining. You could really tell the difference. So now that everything is not in blocking, it is weirdly smooth and floaty and not making sense. What I have to do is make the floatiness make sense now and put it to how I had it in blocking. So you can see in the beginning, like, her moves are pretty good. It's pretty smooth. It makes sense. It's pretty... Wait, why isn't it playing? Hello? Play. Okay, yeah, it's playing now. Okay, yeah, so you can see, like, everything kind of lands better. It's not perfect, but it's cleaner. It makes more sense. Now I want, for my goal for this video today is I want to start splining the gentleman. I want to get just, like, maybe to that turn, that first turn. Maybe that one hand movement in the beginning. Maybe to that, and that's already a lot to do. So that's my goal for today, to just start splining this man, because I haven't even a little bit. And I want to start on that.
2 good goals. That's, I feel like, pretty doable.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna work for like 2 to 3 hours, yap a little.
Yeah, we got...
And then we'll show you our progress.
Yeah, definitely excited for that before and after. And also, like, if you guys are animators or do any kind of art, this is a great opportunity to, like, do your art too. Like, if you want to pop out whatever you got, drawing, sketching, painting, you want to also animate, you do visual effects, you could just do it while we're yapping. You know, we can all work together. It could be like a cute little study group or something. Okay, so yeah, let's get this going. Let me look at the main control. Let's see what the dim. Yo, whenever I go into splining to blocking, God, I key way too much.
Oh yeah, the key regret is real.
The key cleanup is rough.
Ooh, what the fuck is this?
Alright, so what am I...
What the fuck is this? Delete. Oh, never mind.
Yo, word.
There's a purpose for that key.
Alright, so
that's also the thing. Like, after not working on a project for so long, you jump back in and you're like, what's all this? You start deleting stuff and then you go,
what's all this then?
And then you delete things. And you're like, oof.
And then you don't really remember why you did it. It's such a bad habit to just, like, not work continuously. And it's not even because we don't want to. We just get busy doing other things. Like, it's...
We start prioritizing everything but what we want to do. Literally.
Like,
that's literally it.
It also doesn't help that we work a 9 to 5. Like, if I wasn't working... God, I wish I was unemployed. Like, do I want unemployment money? No, because I don't want to be broke. They don't make money. But do I want the unemployment time? Yes, I do. Yeah, they live free. Broke, but
they
free.
Do. Alright, that kind of fixed that. That's nice. I wish... You know, I can't do that. What am I doing?
Wait, what do I do?
I wish.
More than anything. More than life.
I'm so glad you got that.
You did it perfectly. Like, ooh,
Thank
like
you.
it triggered the song in my head immediately.
Oh, let's go. That's immediately what I thought of. How you doing in your animation?
Bro, terrible. I don't know. Like,
what?
Like I'm not,
you're not making any progress?
I don't think I'm doing fucking anything. Nothing.
All right, let's focus.
I am though. Like I mean, like I think it's.
But like, so like, what are you doing right now?
I'm doing the beginning swaying, which is like really subtle swaying before the turn, and I'm just trying to do the motion, and I'm like,
shouldn't you do the turn first?
Why?
Like, it's a big action that will probably dictate the small action, so you should do the turn first and then add the subtle turn, because then you'll be able to see it. The subtleness after the big movement, because the contrast.
I don't know. I didn't feel like I needed to do that.
I think you should definitely do big things and then small things, because most of the time the big things change how the small things move.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just doing that, and I think because it's so subtle, I just feel like I'm not doing anything. But I am. It just doesn't feel like I am.
Also, if it is subtle, just do one thing, move on to something else, look at everything, then go back to it.
Yeah.
I've been doing pretty good. I've been already fixing a couple things. God damn, I wish you could see my graph editor. Ass.
Don't.
You know what? I can't. You can't see it. Let me show you. Look at this fucking...
Me?
Look
show me?
No, not you. I'm talking to the people.
Oh.
To the people of our fucking YouTube.
Oh.
Look at these fucking frame. Look at this fucking waves. So, like, you see how this... Hold on. Here. Yeah, right here. You see how it does that? Digs in and then comes out? That's because these fucking bitch-ass curves are not straight. So they're going up. Well, the wave's going up. But the controls are going down because this stupid thing, these two keyframes are both like the same level. But because they're not like the same direction, the curves go up and down. So you just gotta hit this button called, you just gotta flatten the tangent, and then boom, should get rid of it. It's really annoying because that happens when each key is like basically the same level. But if you don't make sure these stupid little handles right here, like these little bitches, if you don't make sure these bitches aren't straight, it's gonna fuck up the curve and mess everything up. Not that much of a tip, but you never know what's happening. And you're like, why is it moving? It's straight. It's the same keyframe. Because you'll see here, what is this called? The channel box. This is Maya, by the way. So Blender will probably have a different name. But in the channel box, you'll see that like nothing really changes between these and the numbers because they're the same. But if you zoom in, you'll see, look at like, for example, this one, even though they're the same goddamn number, different curve. It's a little different thing. You have to like make it flat so it won't do anything. But it actually does nothing. That's just something you have to check when you get into Spline.
Yeah, that's true. Have you heard about that new song by Cat's Eye called Gnarly?
Yes, seen all the memes.
Yo, when that came out, it's
gnarly.
Tesla, gnarly.
Like, I never listened to the full version, so I don't know if I'm just being a hater and joining the crowd. I should have gave it a chance.
I mean, that's what essentially happened, is that people desperately wanted to love it. They desperately wanted to support them, that they listened to it so much so that they now love it. And granted, I think the dance and how beautiful the girls are really carried it, because also like the beat is not bad. I don't think it's that bad.
It's just the lyrics.
It's the lyrics, and I think the lyrics being a weak link, the only weak link, is what like kept it going, because it went so bad into funny. Like I was telling a friend,
it went so bad it was good.
Exactly. Like I was telling a friend, like it went right past cringe and into camp, and that's why it's doing so well.
It's like it was bad. People really didn't like it.
It's
but then
still bad,
like,
truly, to me.
It's kind of fun in a bad way.
That's
you know when like you watch a really bad scary movie that you have a great time. Like it's so bad it's good.
Yes, and
I
think that's essentially the consensus, is that like it was really bad. The lyrics are still bad, but I think the dance is so fun to dance to. The girls are so pretty. Like it's like, it's funny. It's like, again, it's kind of like how everyone was shitting on the JoJo Siwa song, but it was fucking everywhere. Where it's
what
like,
song?
the JoJo Siwa song, where it's like, karma's a bitch. I should've known better. Yeah, and it's like, it was bad, but it was so bad that it became funny, and people were okay with that. You know what I mean?
It's like, you know, everyone craves entertainment. And something really, really bad that everyone could consensually be like, yeah, this is really, really bad.
Yeah. I think people just like shitting on things. The community
of laughing together at it.
Yeah.
It just makes people love it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is essentially what happened, where it's like people just enjoyed shitting on it. Like the memes that came out when that Cat's Eye song first came out, like the first few days. Bro, comedy gold. Because also their style of that song compared to their first song was just so different.
So different.
They took a hard left turn, and I was telling a friend this, that I was like, I feel like what happened is they made so much money and they did so well going viral on that first song, that I think their marketing team or whatever desperately didn't want them to be a one-hit wonder, or like they just wanted to make sure they could hit the numbers that they hit on the first time again. And the numbers they hit the first time were so big, they had to go like psycho nuts. And I think the marketing team were like, okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a crazy club beat, because you know why? Brat summer. We need to hit that brat vibe. Okay,
100%.
that. We're gonna do nostalgic looks. We're gonna do the cutie patootie TikTok K-pop looks. and we're gonna do buzzwords. What's hot right now? What's hot? What's hot? Okay, Tesla, yup, okay. Fried chicken, yeah, okay,
Bubble
okay, okay.
tea.
Liberty, I don't know why, but that's fun, okay. And I feel like they were hitting random buzzwords, and also the nostalgia of like old slang. Like gnarly's such an old slang word. Like no one fucking
like
says
that
gnarly
shit's
anymore.
gnarly.
And then also on top of the very catchiness of like repeating things, the dance moves of like the little twerking move, and then also the absurdity of some of the moves kind of being really weird and quirky because it stands out and it makes you want to focus on it because you're like, what was that?
Yeah.
I think they just made such a perfect hodgepodge
of like something bad that, like, you know, like the whole principle of like bad press is good press. I think that was the vibe.
Yes. I also think like it's like when you have a bunch of things that are bad and you put it into a collage and it's kind of not bad anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of like that too. I think they were just desperate to get the numbers they got on the first one again, and this combo, they were really throwing the dice hoping it would, and it fucking did. I can't believe it. They did it.
They did it. They had the lasting part, because that was the thing about a TikTok like viral song. It burns bright, but then goes out very quickly.
Yes.
So I think they did a good job at creating a song that was so confusing that people couldn't stop talking about it.
They couldn't.
For literal weeks.
Yes, they were like, you know what? We need to throw a wrench into this. We need to like get people confused, and then the confusion will last a while, and then they're gonna listen to the lyrics, and then that confusion will last a while, and then people are gonna really listen to it and be like, well, the beat is not bad, and then they're gonna see the dance and like, oh, but the dance is cool. Let me listen to it again. Like truly locked everyone's brain in to force them to keep listening to it because it was so confusing, but also interesting and also funny and also kind of slay.
And
so
also weird.
It just did so many things that people's attention couldn't not be locked into it.
Yeah.
They did that
honestly
shit. They did
a good strategy,
you know
but
what?
also a really risky strategy.
Yes.
Like, they could have did that and it could have ruined them.
Yes, exactly. That was like the first few days. Like people were like, they're over. It's done. Like this is garbage. Like I can't listen to this. It's unlistenable. But again, the fact that the beat and the dance and they are beautiful. Thank God it was just the lyrics that were bad. Because if anything else was bad, it was not going to be able to hold on.
Nope. It was just going to be yikes. But that's what made it kind of funny. Like, I was just like, I heard the first few seconds, and it kind of makes me want to listen to all of it. Like, that's what's kind of like the beauty of how bad it is. Like, you're like, what the fuck? Like, you have to hear more.
But
kind
I'm
of like
telling
a car
you,
crash.
that's exactly why it worked. That's what I'm telling you. It grabbed people's attention.
It's like, I get it. But it's also like, damn. Like, what are they gonna do next?
Yeah.
How are they gonna get people? They're just gonna have a normal song then?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's not sustainable.
There's only so many gimmicks.
I know, and I kind of just want them to release like an album or like people want to support them. I think what they should aim for is getting that cult following of people being obsessed with them.
Yeah, they gotta get the Blackpink energy.
Exactly, like get people to really love them for them. And want, because like I think that's what also saved this song too. People really wanted to support them. They really wanted it to be good. They didn't want them to
delusional.
flop.
Yeah,
like, it's more like it's also like they're a K-pop group, but they're all like different races, and usually K-pop groups are all Korean. So like I think they really, really wanted to support them because they wanted them to succeed. They wanted to see these like beautiful girls that worked really hard to get into this industry that gatekeeps the fuck out of it because
also too oversaturated.
Yeah, it's like oversaturated. Like
everyone and their mother is a K-pop group.
Exactly, but also they're mostly Korean, so it's like it's hard to get into if you're not Korean and you're also not like paper thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and they are though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they fit the look and the vibe. They're just not all Asian. That's it. That's the only thing that's different. They can sing good. I think they rap pretty good. I think their sound is pretty good too. Like I don't know. I think they're doing pretty good. But I think another, it helped that people desperately didn't want them to flop because they knew if they flopped, anyone else that was trying to get into the K-pop industry that's like not all Korean wasn't gonna succeed because they'd be like, well, Cat's Eye didn't do good. You know what I mean? It's important. It was important. Like it was like more about the principle of it all. And you know what? Good for them. I'm happy for them. I hope the next song they make does well. I think it's sad that everything's based off of virality and like a song can't be good unless it hits this number or like because they went viral now twice. now
it's
all
gonna
their
be such
songs
a
on the
big polls.
exactly now everything that comes after it that it doesn't get those numbers is quote unquote flop, which I think is some
Yeah.
bullshit. Like, how
Yeah.
am I getting 10 million plays but that's a flop because my last thing got 50 million plays? Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
fuck
no.
off.
Yeah.
Just hate that. I hate that way of like that. It kind of messes up your like your logistics and stuff. And I get it. It's about business. I get it. But like also like, ugh, you know? Have you seen the Labubu craze?
Of course I've seen the goddamn Lupubu Crave. I'm a goddamn doll collector.
That's true. That's true.
What the fuck?
What do you think of the Labubus? What do you think of the design?
I think they're cute.
At first they kind of looked ugly to me. I was like, ugh.
I didn't think they were ugly. I remember the first time they started becoming popular. It was around the same time as the Angel Babies and what are those green little guys called?
Green.
Yeah, the little green guys. I'll put them on the screen. But there's like the green guys, the Angel Babies, and then the Labubus. Those were like really, really popular, along with other Pop Mart figures. But in general, Pop Mart figures started getting popular all around the same time. And I remember when I saw the Labubu, classically I saw it with Lisa. That's when it first started getting popular. She posted like, she got like a fat one, like a really big one. Like she could hold it like a teddy bear. And I remember when I saw it, I thought it was cute. You know, it was the same color as her purse. And it was like a cute little face. I thought it was adorable, but I didn't really care that much because I wasn't a doll. I don't really collect like figures or like little trinkets because I only have so much room. Yeah. And I'm not particularly that interested in those things. But it really popped off, and like now even I kind of want one. Just one.
I've only started wanting them because I've been seeing people dress them up in cute little clothes, and I love little stuffed animals in cute little clothes. I am a sucker for that. Super cute. I don't know if they're custom making it or buying clothes or whatever, but I also
the clothes are definitely custom made, and then there's also official made clothes.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, I've been seeing people make cutie patootie outfits or cutie patootie hats, and then I've also been seeing people like dye them in different colors and like custom dye. Like I saw someone make it the brown one, they like gave it like darker brown tips and gave it like a golden like kind of tan look. They put it in a swimsuit, little sunglasses and a cute sun hat, and then they bedazzled all the feet and the mouth. It was just so fucking cute. I was like, ooh, I want that. I want to do that. And that's when I was like, okay, I can kind of see the hype. This is super cute. They're adorable now.
Usually when people start really customizing their shit, like their dolls, like that's really how I got back into dolls. Cause like I used to collect, well, not really. When I was a little girl, I had dolls and I loved them, and we kept them for mostly literally brats. Until we were like 14. Yeah. And then we got rid of them because my mom loves to toss everything. Yes. And then I got back into it when G3 of Monster High like first were like revealed. Okay. And they're like revamping all their designs, and it was like a whole big deal because they looked completely different from the original G1 design and G2.
They looked gorgeous.
And I got my first doll, which was Frankie, and they're so beautiful. I do need to cut her hair because I've been seeing people customize like with bobs and like doing things with like Claudine, giving her more curled hair. And then I started doing Bratz again. So those are mainly the two I usually collect. I collect Bratz and Monster High. And I've been slowly getting into Barbie. I just recently got a Mycene doll, which I'm obsessed with. Obsessed!
Nice. She is really pretty. She's pretty.
I got a Madison doll. She's really beautiful. I got her on Mercari. She came in great condition. Her clothing is like, only the skirt is slightly like broken. Like the thread came off. I can fix that though. And there's like a stain on the hat. But that's it. And I'm like slowly getting into action figures. Like I recently got into the SH.
Oh, that's true.
Arts. I think that's what they're called. I'll put it up on the screen. But they're figures, and I got the Wolverine one from the Wolverine and Deadpool movie. And they're pretty pricey, but they're so well articulated. They're well painted. They look good. They look accurate to the movie. They come with so many hands and like weapons. It's great. So I've been getting into that, which has been detrimental because I do not have the space for it. Because then I also last year got into book talk, and now I have books in my goddamn room. So it's just like, God.
Your poor wallet. The way you have went from spending $0 to hobbies to spending so much money on hobbies.
Like I didn't really have other hobbies before COVID. Like after COVID, I didn't really have hobbies. I was just like watching TV and anime more.
Yeah, we were watching a lot of TV, a lot of shows.
But now I got so many other things, and honestly, I don't even have time. I want to like start customizing them and posting them on our social medias so I can show and share them off. But it's just so much effort, and I just have to find a balance between doing animation and then when I have the free time and like completing those so that I have free time to like I eventually want to sew doll clothes and like make my own doll clothes, and then I also want to repaint some dolls that I have because I've been seeing a lot of that. I want to do some restyling, like hair and clothes.
Yeah, I really
I
like
wanna
seeing
do
people
things.
restyle their dolls. Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yo!
Like I'll
they
put
make
like my
them
favorites on the screen.
gorgeous.
I
Yo.
have a couple.
Like
I have a
people
whole
redesign
playlist.
them, and it's like I guess some people may not think it's art, or like if you don't know anything about it, maybe you would understand just by us talking about it. Bro, the designing work they do with the hair, the fit, sometimes they'll redo the whole face. Oh my god, it looks so good! Like that's
Anyone
a piece
that
of art I
doesn't say-
would look at. Like I would watch that.
Anyone that doesn't say that that's art is literally fake, because it's like everything you would do to a real person. That's all
Yes,
skills. Like
it's-
it's
yeah,
literally
yeah,
like
literally.
fashion.
Yeah.
It's literally fashion. You need to know fashion to dress dolls and like make them stylish. You need to know fashion or have a sense of style of some kind. And then and when you're doing repaints, you gotta understand makeup and painting in general. And you're painting miniatures because they're small, so you need to have good technique. And then when you're doing hair, that's literally hairstyling, and it's even harder because it's an extremely smaller scale. And
Also,
then if
it's
you're
plastic.
also rerouting them,
Yeah, it's
that's
plastic.
also
like
like,
it's not
and
hair.
then it's also sometimes the people that like make their dolls, sometimes they make them from like scratch. Like they'll only take like the head, and they'll make armatures out of wire and clay,
That's
and they'll
nuts.
fully like
That's
mold
nuts.
out
That's so much
and like
work.
sculpt out a whole
That's
new
crazy.
body. Like it's crafting, it's art. Like that you can't. It just makes me mad when people don't see crafting as art, and it just makes me mad. Cause it's like, what are you talking about? If it's not a painting, it's not art. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but only like really close-minded people like genuinely think that. Like that's nuts. I love when people like redesign it. I love when people redo the eyes, especially when their eyes are kind of like 3D-esque, where they have to use like the liquid resin and redesign it and paint
Oh,
it
yeah.
and put glitter in it. I love that. I think that's so beautiful. That's why I really like when people are like repainting the Labubus. Like they repaint them with all rainbows. They'll bedazzle them. They're so sparkly and cute. Like I kind of want to do like a day where like we all get a Labubu and like we'll just redesign them. Maybe do some like little maybe we could dye them if we want to. You could just get a pot, boil some dye, put them in. They're Gucci gang. Get a cute little fit, bedazzle them. Like that's so cute.
I'm down. I love the idea. I would love to make like little Lububus based on our like VTuber models.
That's
Like,
a
that'd be
fucking
cute.
great idea. That's a great idea. We should do that.
Like it's a great idea. Like I also just like eventually in our channel, like I want to redesign our models, and like when we upgrade like our models, like I would love to like fully figure out our design.
Yeah. My god, that's such a good idea. I love that.
Oh god, what is happening?
If we do
No.
that though, we have to like record it. Like I don't know how we do it, but
What,
I
the
really want to
Labubus?
record us doing it.
Oh well, you do that thing that VTubers do where they put gloves on their hand. That's the color of their model.
Yeah, they do like the little glovies.
And
That's
they put
cool.
like a green screen.
100%. That's
Right,
such a
did that.
great idea. We gotta write that down. Oh my god, we
That was
look
the first
so
thing
cute.
I thought of.
I can't, but I don't know. I did not think about that at all. That would be really cool to make ourselves as dolls too. Even like that's cool.
I think honestly that probably helped me like with just in general. I just want to figure out our design. I've been like having ideas in my head, and for some reason I don't go. Let's
Yup.
get a pen and paper
Yeah,
and
no,
write it down.
never.
No.
Not even
hate
like a quick
myself.
sketch. Nah.
Exactly.
Nah.
Fucking at least on my
It's in my brain. Why would it go away?
like God. I'm such a fucking idiot sometimes. Like I thought of such a good like design, and also I don't fully flesh it out because I don't fully see it complete in my head. I see
Yeah.
like aspects and parts.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
see
like,
vibes.
Man, I could really finalize that and really like flesh it out, at least even some parts, if I simply drew it or at least wrote it down.
The reason I brought up Labubus is because I I've been seeing how it's kind of going crazy right now. Like people are like staying up all night to like get them, or like they're like attacking people who have bought them, or they're
Oh, yeah.
reselling them for like triple the price. And these things are not expensive. They're like
No,
maybe
they're
20,
not.
30 bucks. They're not
They're
that
30
bad.
bucks, and they are a blind box, so like that's where the gambling aspect gets into it, because you have to get like, you can get multiples. And it's like, that's where it's like, unless you buy the whole thing, which is like, it can come 6 in like a whole complete set, which is $30 fucking each. So that does add up to be like 2 something. And then it's like, depending on, it's like sometimes some sets, they're like not ones that are like complete. You can still get repeats.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it gets into that aspect too, where it's like, when you're gambling, you just have that addicting of like, you want to get the
FOMO.
prize.
Yeah.
You want to get the prize so badly. And it's like, if you don't want to deal with that, you'll just steal someone else's. Yeah, but the thing about scalpers and like all that issue thing, when it comes to like gacha and like blind box things and like kind of limited acquired stuff, I think like the best advice I can give people is that like, don't let FOMO win. Like, yes, you might really, really want the thing, but it shouldn't really like compromise you. Like, you shouldn't be so desperate that you're just finding any website and you're not doing any double checks. You're just like not checking if it's reliable, or like maybe you're buying it on a like an eBay or something, or like maybe you found it on eBay but it's like 3 times the price. Like, I would highly suggest, even if you really, really, really want the thing, do not buy from scalpers. Do not buy from like resellers that are selling it 3 times the price, especially for things that will restock. Especially
yes,
for
exactly.
things that
If it's like limited edition, like never coming back, okay, I guess.
All right,
maybe.
there's an argument to be made there. All right, you can spurge money if you really, really want to. But if you know that it's gonna restock, that it's confirmed that it will restock, you don't have to get it right here, right now. You have to have the patience.
Like, it's not gonna be it's not a status quo. Like, I know maybe for like younger kids, like if you have one, maybe you're cooler or whatever.
It
like,
is status thing. It's like, oh, I got it before anyone else, and like a lot of people, they like to post it, or like especially like content creators, like they're posting it.
Yeah.
They're gonna, because they want to be the first ones to make the video. But like, I highly suggest, like, that's how scalpers make money, because everyone's like wants to be the first one to get it, and so that's why they price it 3 times the price, because they know they're gonna make their sale back. And like, the best thing you could do is wait, because eventually those resellers are gonna have to get rid of their product, and they're gonna have to price it down to at minimum the retail price.
Yep, 100%. I heard, you know how Pokemon cards was like a craze, like that was a trend. That was the very, very recent. It was crazy. Pokemon cards. It was because a lot of streamers were doing like card openings. That was like really popular. Just buy a bajillion cards and open them up. And I saw a video and it was like, oh, I'm a scalper and I fucked up. I bought all these Pokemon cards and now no one wants them anymore, and I lost all my money, and everyone was pointing and laughing at them.
Love that.
And I'm just like, see, this is exactly why. Like, these scalpers, like, don't give them the control that they want. They're making this into a business. It's not correct. You don't need that. Or you could find it somewhere else, or it will restock very, very soon. These companies want your money. They do.
No, yeah. It's like, the thing with like let's, for example, like the Mean Girls Bratz collection. That was actually something that was limited. It's a specific limited thing. It was for like the anniversary for Mean Girls. Bratz collaborated. They got the IP. They released these like previews of the dolls and the packaging, and it was beautiful. It looks exactly like the burn book. I'll put a picture up on the screen. And it was beautiful, and it was like the perfect collaboration, the perfect presentation, and the perfect product. Literally. Like, literally, if you were gonna imagine Bratz and Mean Girls, exactly what you would want it. And the only thing that they messed up was the release of the doll, because they released it on the Bratz.com website only, exclusively. And that website was so buggy, and it didn't have any limitations, the first wave, for how many you could buy. And so when the first drop happened, they basically dropped it in 4 sections with Katie, and then it was going to be Regina, and then the other 2. Gretchen, and the other one. They released Katie, gone in like 2 seconds, literally. Literally 2 seconds. And it was so tragic. And then it was revealed that a lot of like resellers got it. Because what resellers do is that they have a bot. They have a bot that they train. I don't know how the bots work.
A bunch of them.
A bunch of bots that basically
in a
buy
warehouse.
the doll in like, even if they don't buy it in like high quantity, they probably buy like one and they just send it out to multiple different warehouses or different addresses. I don't know how they do it. They might, what I believe they do. They probably clone that the address is different, but then eventually it gets like sent to the same warehouse. That's what I think. They find a way, because like they do that with websites. They like clone a website, but then it's like after the last step, it gets sent to a different website. I assume the same thing happens. And so that happened with Katie. It caused such a big stir. Everyone was like so devastated. Regina happened. They added like captchas. Like, you know, if there's like a bicycle in the scene, click the box.
Yeah.
And I personally did get the doll. I was able to do it. I was at work. I really remember like hiding in a corner and like putting it on my phone.
The fact that you even have to do that is nuts.
I had to like go in a corner, go on my phone, and I was there like 5 minutes early just waiting like as the countdown happened. I got it in like a second, I swear to God. And like I knew when I was in like the queue and it got it right away, I was like, I got it. Put my information so freaking quickly and got it. It was confirmed. Later I realized that I was in the second batch, so I didn't get mine until like a month later. But I had gotten it. But the captcha did help in slowing things down. But however, the desktop version of the captcha was so buggy that it actually stopped people from getting the doll. Because it took them so long to do the captcha that by the time the captcha was done, it was sold out.
No.
It was sold out in 3 seconds.
Really?
And it was devastating. It was so many doll collectors that were like, this is like an important collaboration, and they couldn't fucking get it. And again, resellers got it. And they were like, there's one reseller that was making so much,
fucking resellers.
so many tweets
pissed.
just like laughing at people.
Wow.
Be like, oh, we got them all, and if you want them, we have them. And it's like, and they were just being really obnoxious and fucking mean.
That's fucking awful. And
then rinse and repeat with the 2-pack. They kind of limited, so it was only like $2 per person. And they still had the captchas, and I guess they kind of fixed the bugginess. But it was still really bad. Same thing, it sold out in like 4 seconds. And overall, they did restock like one more time, but then they didn't tell anyone. And then everyone in the social medias, they weren't even saying anything. They were just like on Instagram going, oh my god, guys, it sold out. And then they were either saying how great it was sold out, or just not mentioning it at all. And everyone in the comments would be like, we're going to take a restock, and they're just ignoring them. So it was just a super
messy,
like disrespectful situation in terms of like the consumer. It was just not well maintained. They didn't really care if like the people that were fans of the product got it. They just cared that it was sold.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so tragic. Eventually people started like, but it was like such a tragic event. Everyone was like literally crying that everyone kind of banded together and were like not buying from resellers to the point where now resellers are like basically selling it for like how much it was. Maybe a little bit higher, but it has dropped down drastically.
Thank God.
But that was like a situation where like the resellers were truly winning, but because everyone banded together, they basically lost money because they weren't making triple the money anymore because no one was buying it.
Yeah, because like, they just broke even.
They just kind of like maybe either broke even or just made less.
Thank God.
That's kind of what happened, and it was so tragic. I'm happy that I got Regina. She was the only one I truly, really wanted. I did want the 2-pack, and I'm keeping my eyes out on eBay for like eventually to see if I can get it for like retail price because I'm not spending $1 more.
Yeah, that's facts.
I refuse. But that was like one of the small like experiences I've had with like dealing with a drop that was so exclusive and so stressful that like I felt that FOMO, that I was like, oh my god, I really, 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 really want this.
Yeah, and it's hard to be in. Like, I feel so sad for the people that weren't able to get it, because it's like, it should be that the people that want it should be able to get it. Like, that's how it should be, and it's such a shame that it has to be, it's not like it's trying to be exclusive, but it's like, it's so sad that like, It's in such high demand, and they just want to take advantage of this demand. And anyway, the same way like the scalpers are doing the Pokemon cards with little boo-boos. Like, they don't care about this product. They care that people want it, and they just want to take it away so that they can dangle it over their heads for like triple the cost. Literally corrupt, evil people. Fucking hate them. Fuck that business. Pisses me off. But that was a good story to tell because it's important. Like, you guys people didn't like let FOMO win. They didn't let the scalpers win. And they were able to like get the doll to get lower. The scalpers had to fold because people weren't buying it. It's good. You should not be buying from scalpers. And it's like, I'm not going to shame people that do. It is what it is. But if you cannot, do not.
Yeah, it's like, listen, I'm not gonna fully shame you if you buy from scalpers. I will only shame you if you're buying 3 times the price. And it's like, it just happened. Like, you need to, at a certain point, you have to be able to wait at least a couple days. Like, I get it. Like, you have to let your emotions subside a little bit. Because what FOMO is like when you're upset, especially when you really want something and you don't get it, you're extremely upset. Yeah. Like, you have to let a little bit that upset emotion release a little, and then let your mind be a little bit clear before you make this decision. Because it's also a financial decision. These dolls were not cheap. They're like $90.
They're very expensive.
They're $80 to $100.
Very expensive brat dolls. Very, very expensive.
Very expensive, and it's like, it's also like just simply it's like a luxury. Like, so it's like, that's why it was also, it helped that like scalpers were being extremely disrespectful.
Yeah, I can't believe they should have kept their mouth fucking shut. If they did, maybe people wouldn't have banded together, because now you got people petty. Now you got people angry and frustrated. Now they're gonna throw in your face. That's what you get. Yeah, literally. And that is what helped people. That's what helped. So I hope they keep talking and no one buys. I checked recently, I think like last month, because I was thinking about the doll. I really shouldn't, because I have no space for anything. Really shouldn't. And like, I might get a doll tomorrow because... What the fuck? It's like, I found this new like type of doll. The baby voice was like, but I found it on Instagram. They're like an independent like doll creators, and they make these beautiful dolls. They're not that articulated, but they're gorgeously painted, and they're so beautiful. Bro. And like, I want them, but I don't have any space. Bro, you do not need it. I know you want it, but you don't need it. I'm gonna put it on the screen. They released June 1st. Damn, June 1st. They unfortunately don't sell to Korea, China, and one other country. Oh, okay. That's good to tell the audience. But yeah, the woes of being a collector. That's what it is. It's just like, God, it's just not worth it. It's like so much money. It is worth it, because every single time you look at your dolls, you're literally so happy, and you touch them, and you brush their hair, and you change their clothes, and you're literally happy. So that's not true. Well, yeah, they are worth it. You love them. In the grand scheme of things. Well, yeah, in the grand schemes of things, most things are not fucking important. You know what I mean? Like, literally, the grand scheme of things, if you're not, the only things that are important are eating, sleeping, and moving around. That's it. I finally got that area to look somewhat good, so I'm moving on to the chest. Actually, you know what? No, let me do the feet, because that'll be quick. And then it'll help with that torso area kind of feeling a little better. But doing good. How about you? How are you doing? I'm okay. I'm actually, like, hitting the issue points and, like, trying to get it. Oh, yeah? Like, actually work through it. Nice. Fixed the clipping on most of the beginning for the legs, which is great. I'm not on the second half. Nice. Alright, see, that looks kind of good. But yeah, I've been at least making progress. That's the best thing I could say. I feel like I don't know why this always happens. I feel like I didn't start making progress until just recently. Had to do a lot of finagling, I felt like. To try to understand what exactly I wanted or how it's supposed to look, which is, I guess, normal. But yeah, I'm moving on to like the legs, just get that little baby step kind of making sense. Make sure it's smooth, it works. It's just like a tiny little step for the turn. Alright, did you do the big turn yet? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This step is for that big turn. Okay. And so that's why I want to do it, because what I was doing was the main control, which is like where the hips are. I was doing that like little side to side sway of him, like he's listening to this little girl, but he's mostly like focusing on cooking whatever he's doing. And that's what I was working on, that little sway. And then once she says like, oh, she got the tea, he's like, ooh, the tea. Okay, let me lock in. Let me turn and listen. What do you mean you got the tea? Tell me about this tea.
I want to know the tea.
What's the tea? Oh, you got some tea. What's the tea?
You got some
I
tea.
literally, every time I work on this, I'm just mimicking them, because I love and hate the British accent. I think the British accent is so stupid, but also so cute and endearing and fun. I love it. Brings a fat smile to my face, but I'm also low-key laughing at them.
I like the British accent.
Yeah, but then they say something like jumper, and I'm just like laughing, and like that's stupid, you know? Like they say some slang. Like every time we watch like a British TV show, especially that's like has a lot of street slang in it, I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? Like I have to pause and be like, huh? And then I just repeat it a bunch of times, like, what? What does that mean? Does that mean this? What the fuck? Like what was that one scene that I saw? It was like a scene, and he was like, here, you can have my burger. And he was like, really? He was like, yeah, you can have it. And he was like, standard. I was like, what the fuck? Standard? what? Like he just said it like affirmative, like, oh, that's cool, that's lit. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Standard. I was like, what the I can't do a British accent also. But like, it was just so stupid and funny to me. So like, I low-key make fun of it, and then also low-key love it. It's just funny, but also ridiculous. Not to say that Americans don't have ridiculous slang. Oh, we do. And if you want to make fun of us, valid. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Just happy to get this going somewhere. I just want this done. It's not that I hate this shop, or I'm sick of it, or even tired of it. I just think I should be done already. I should have been. I should have put more time into it, or this and that. And so I just want to be there already. But I'm not sick of it or think it's bad. I think I am a little like tired of looking at the same thing. But it's mostly just the eagerness to be like done, and managing that feeling of, well, you should be done. Fuck it, let's not do this anymore. Just do something else. Like, just managing that feeling, because that feeling isn't because I hate this or I'm uninterested anymore. I'm just like disappointed that I work so slow, and that feeling is making me want to just purge my whole shot or everything, or just the idea of continuously working on this. And I have to constantly beat that feeling down with a wooden stick, because fuck that feeling. It's demotivating me and making me depressed about it and catastrophizing everything, because I'm just sad and disappointed. And it's okay to be sad and disappointed. I recognize her. She's valid and real, but she needs to shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta say. Like, in my mind, she could sit in a little chair and continue watching. The second she gets up, start trying to act amok. Alright, I'm grabbing her by the scruff of her neck, telling her to sit back down, because she do not make actions in this house. Because if she did, then I wouldn't finish this. So that's just how I've been feeling. I'm just constantly trying to beat down the feeling of, well, you should have did this already, or you should know this, or this shouldn't be taking you this long. But overall, having a good time. I feel good that I got this turn a little bit better, and I'm like every time I see a problem, and I'm like, I want to fix this, and that feeling I try to like cement in me of like, because I want to fix it means that I want to be working on this, means that I like animating. You know what I mean? Like reminding myself, like, I like doing this. This is good.
No, that's valid, because like, we wouldn't work this hard and try to focus this hard and problem solve this hard if we didn't like it, you know?
Exactly.
And also give ourselves, it's not even that we're slow, it's that we don't work enough on it. Like, that's our whole, that's even worse and more of an issue. Like, yeah, we're a little slow, but that's because we're out of practice majority of the time. Because anytime we work on animation, it's like kind of sporadic. There's not like a, you know, a disciplined schedule. And that's been mostly our detriment, and why, like, most of the time, like, I feel like 100% if we have more discipline, we would naturally get faster. Like this just
Yeah, I
how
feel
it
like
is.
the
Like,
people
we're
that
not like we're not understanding what to do. We're just out of
yeah,
practice most of the time.
this unfortunately animation is something you have to constantly grinding on. Like you have to constantly be doing it because there's so much that you can do that there's so much that you can forget to do, forget to know, forget to like that needs to like be done in a certain way, you know what I mean? So because of that, if you're not constantly doing it, you just forget and then you can't do it. And I know that's like the main reason why a lot of people struggle to get into the industry, where they just don't do it constantly. And it's unfortunate that the people who do get in, bro, they sacrifice a lot of their free time, their time with their family, their time with their friends, so that they're constantly grinding so that they can be there. And I try my best to do that too. I want to do that, but I also don't want to burn myself out. Like it's trying to find this balance of like, I want to do this as a career, I want to do this, I love this, but there's so much sacrifice you have to make in order to get there. And it's like, ooh,
it's because the industry is a little broken. It doesn't prioritize, or it doesn't recognize what the work we do, and just in general in art production in general, like doesn't recognize you as a working human being that deserves breaks.
Yeah,
it's all about the project. It's all about the end game,
the finished product.
And therefore anything in the process, it's all about getting it done. And therefore you don't really care what you have to sacrifice because you have to get it done.
Yeah.
So it's like, no sleep, all right. You skip a meal, all right. You think about it all the time. You don't see your people that you like. You don't see your friends. You don't really see your family because you have to get it done. Like that's the energy, and that's what's like expected.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, if you don't want to do that, then why are you here? And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's no balance.
I also think like if you're not someone that has a good memory, you really get screwed over. I feel like it's even worse for you. Like I don't have a good memory. Actually, no, I don't even think my memory is that bad. I'm gonna be so real. I think I get overwhelmed easily and then I freak out. That's my thing. I freak out easily. And if I freak out, I start like doing the thing that first comes to my brain and not thinking about whether that decision is the best one or the right one. I just go with it because I'm freaking out. That's like what I usually do because I panic, and when I panic, I'm like a deer in headlights. Everything blanks, and then I gotta go with whatever the closest thing is. So it's just, you know, I really gotta just like manage those feelings a lot because those feelings are not necessarily bad. It's just hard. That's just what it is. What it is. It is a hard skill. It's a hard like art form to get into.
Yeah, it's only hard. It's like mostly hard because the industry's broken. Other thing is hard that it truly does require discipline, and if you struggle with that, it's like the killer. Which is why it's been killing us.
I don't even think I'm not that good at discipline. I think
I'm bad at discipline. 100%.
I disagree. I think we're just tired because we work a full-time job, and this requires a lot of thinking power and energy. And when I use my thinking power and energy at work, I don't want to use more on my leisure time. And I think that's just what we're struggling with trying to reframe this as can also be leisure time. We're just sitting here chatting. We do that anyway. We go on Discord and just chat. We can do that. That's fine. I'm chilling. So it's just like reframing that idea of like, okay, well if we did it together, or we did it while chatting about something, or like video calling other people, like, well, all right, then we're just hanging out. Then it's fine. And it's fun. And we make a little fun thing with it. So
exactly. It's the reframing mindset is truly key too. Alright, Pack, let's recap. We're done with the 2 to 3 hours of working. Let's see the progress we made in those 2 to 3 hours. Plush, you're gonna start first. I started first last time.
Okay, so I don't think I was not able to do the 100 frames that I wanted to. I got to like maybe like 75 frames, and I did not get everything done either. Like I didn't get to do the hands. I only barely touched the head and the neck. So I didn't do everything I wanted to do, but I cleaned it up, and I'm happy I got to clean up what I got to clean up. So just to recap, I'm going to show you the original Play Blast so that you can see it. Remember, we're focusing on the guy, not the girl, the green guy. So this one looked like very floaty. Very, very floaty. Very like, well, this was just the whole clip. Obviously wasn't going to do all of it, but we were mostly going to do that beginning part. Whoa, what the heck? Why did it reset like that? I don't know why I did that. But yeah, mostly that beginning part.
Okay.
Very floaty. So any progress is good progress in my eyes because that was just so floaty and it had nothing done to it. So I'm gonna show you what I did. Here's what I did.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just that very
was
beginning
great.
part. Just trying to get the head
Yeah.
turned to feel natural.
It definitely does. It has that like quick to slow, which is great.
That
And it
took a
doesn't look floaty
long,
anymore.
hard. Oh, sorry.
Also, like the leaning forward to turn was great. The little sway is good too.
Yeah.
I
So
think it looks really good. I think you did good progress.
So for this one, I was for like at least the main hour and a half was the main control where it's like his hips and his butt is just trying to get this like subtle movement and like get the motion. I don't know why it was so hard, but it was a lot of me fixing and adjusting. Like obviously you could see I did not get to barely do the elbows. I did not have the time to do the elbows or the hands, so they look rough. But I was mostly trying to get the motion of this swaying. He's busy, and then he notices her and turns. Like this turn
that
was
quick
really,
alert thing looks good.
Yeah, the turn was really hard to like. I don't know, just it wasn't looking right, so it was pretty hard. But I think I like where I am so far. I feel like I made great progress, and I'm excited to go back into this and keep working on him.
Yeah, it looks good. I think you made good progress. What you did improve is really good and solid.
Thank you.
So I think you should be proud of yourself for it.
All right, let's look at yours.
All right, so mine, I'll show before first. So as a recap, I was just going to focus on the legs. So I was just working on the legs. It was clipping through the ground, the feet and the knees. So basically the whole entirety of the leg.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the fall and in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was basically working on that.
Okay.
So let's recap. Let's show you. It doesn't have any audio, so you don't have to worry about it. Right, here it is.
Oh, love the impact of yours.
Like if you notice, like that knee was floating up. Everything is like
he's really
inside
like
the
melting
floor.
into the ground.
Yeah, even like this foot here, like it was turning weird. I don't know. Yeah, you can see my mouth.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
All right, so let me show you what I actually accomplished. Here we are, and let me put on loop. So loop. All right, perfect. And here to go.
Oh, let's go. You did really good. Wow, you cleaned up a lot of it.
But I definitely did, like, that slam part did good. This part is slightly not going under the ground anymore. It slightly is, like, especially if you look when he drags his leg.
Oh,
you
but
see
the
it a little
drag
bit
looks
here.
really good. Like
I also, like, if you
rotation
saw,
of the
like,
knee.
if you see, like, in the before, the knee didn't go that high. But I was struggling so much with getting this knee to not clip through the ground.
Yeah,
and I think it was because, like, his legs are so long. And when they're, like, bent like that, they just, like, even when you raise the torso, his arms are shorter than his legs when they kneel.
Yeah,
so
I think you did a good job.
I think, like, so what I did was I moved the leg even more forward so that even when he's kneeling, his hips are going more back so it's not straight up, so there's more space.
Yeah,
for the knee to not go in more.
Okay.
I also fixed, like, the foot, the rotating. There's still a little floaty here. Like, if you notice here, like, it moves a little. Like, here in this section. And the back leg is kind of, like, still floaty, too. And then also in that end freen here, it kind of, like, lifts up. Like, here. I gotta fix that. This is, like, they're kind of clipping through each other. If you see here, like, the legs are kind of clipping through each other. I need to fix that. But I think I did a good amount of work.
Yeah, a lot of the
and
melting
it still needs
look
more
is
work.
like not there at all. It's not melting in there at all now.
Yeah, and then like especially at the end, I started getting distracted by like the torso and the hips, so I started working on that too. Even though I said I wouldn't touch that. So like I kind of fixed like
trying to like find a way to get the legs to give it some more room. So I can understand why like you started fiddling with that.
Yeah, it needed a little bit. Like the hips helped give it some more room. So I think I'm pretty happy with the progress I made.
Yeah,
The
you did
legs
good.
still need more work,
Yeah.
but I'm happy with what it looks
amazing.
like.
Looks so good.
Thank you.
I love it. I feel like the struggle and the weight of it is so good. The shapes that he makes in his body are so good and realistic. Like, it just feels so good. I'm so excited for you to finish this one. It's so cool.
Yeah, I honestly think the next time I work on this, I'll probably continue on the legs and then also go into hips and torso.
Okay.
Especially near the end, because it kind of gets a little shaky. And then
Yeah.
I'll probably revisit the hands, specifically the fingers, and then I'll probably do face last.
Valid. Okay, cool.
But I'm so
Very
excited,
good.
and I think we
Yeah,
both
you
did
did
a great
great.
job.
Yeah, we did
I think we
good.
both made progress. I think we got to show off our shot that we've been working on for a while.
Yeah, I'm excited
And I think
to, like,
we're definitely
post
gonna do this
and-
more often.
Yeah, you know, and while we're talking, we'll put up both the comparisons like on the screen, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see both the before and after a lot easier. But yeah, I'm excited to post this because like I usually have a hard time showing people my work when it's not done. I feel really deeply uncomfortable with it. It feels feels shitty, and it feels embarrassing. So I'm excited to just like try to break through that barrier of that feeling, because it's not that it's not embarrassing, it's just that embarrassing feeling doesn't fucking matter that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna die. I'm simply not gonna die. And if people think less of me because of it, then that's on them. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Also, like, it's not that deep. Like, who's
Oh.
thinking insulting me? Like, everything's a learning process.
Yeah, and also, like, most people aren't animators, so they probably won't even know what they're really looking at, or, like, you know, like, maybe if I was showing, like, a bunch
I'll try
of,
to,
like, deep
circle the
professionals.
areas that I was talking about.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I think I'm a little too harsh on myself, and I just need to show off my work and just be simply proud of the progress that I made. And that's that. I'm going to keep working on it. I'm excited to see both these shots finished, and we're definitely going to keep this going. If you guys have any thoughts or any tips or anything, definitely leave a comment below. That'd be great. And if you were working
100%.
on any kind of art piece while we were animating, like, tell us what you were working on. Like, maybe even tag us on socials if you finished anything. Like, I'd love to see your progress too.
Or just a work in progress. You know, I love WIPs. And I think, honestly, to us and to everyone that's currently working on something or, like, has something that they're not really happy, we all deserve a round of applause, little claps for everyone.
100%.
Because just working on art, just doing it, especially when it's so hard to, is great. It's harder than it seems, and we don't give ourselves enough credit.
Also,
But
like, the world needs it. Like, people need it. Like, people think art's not important, but the second they see it, they want to steal it and take it. So whether the people think it's important or not, it literally is. It fuels a piece of our humanity and soul that, like, it just feels good and fits. Like, you are doing something essential, whether other people don't think so.
Exactly. And you know what? We'll end it there. Thank you for joining us in this video. Please check out our next video. We try to post like every other Monday. Hit it with a follow or at least a little like. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, Pack. Bye.